Rayna Rison, a spirited teenager, vanished. Gone. Erased. It was 1993, a time before social media, before the constant ping of cell phones. The small town of LaPorte, Indiana held its breath, the silence deafening. Rayna's disappearance wasn't just a local tragedy, it was a chilling mystery that gripped the heartland. 17 years old, with a cascade of blonde hair and piercing blue eyes, Rayna was the girl next door. She was a cheerleader, a friend, a daughter. Her laughter, once a familiar melody in the hallways of LaPorte High School, was now a haunting memory. Days melted into weeks, and the search for Rayna intensified, but hope dwindled with each passing hour. Then, on a bleak April morning, a fisherman stumbled upon a horrifying discovery, a submerged car in a pond. Inside, the lifeless body of Rayna Rison. The news reverberated through LaPorte like a sonic boom, shattering the town's innocence. Rayna wasn't lost, she was gone, taken too soon. The mystery deepened. This wasn't a simple accident. This was murder. LaPorte, Indiana, a town woven from the fabric of Midwestern values where neighbors knew each other's names and doors were often left unlocked. But beneath the surface of this idyllic town, a current of fear began to flow. Rayna's murder had exposed a darkness that no one could ignore. Suspicions ran rampant, casting long shadows over once familiar faces. The tight-knit community, once a source of comfort, now felt like a pressure cooker. Everyone had a theory, a hunch, a whispered accusation. Was it a stranger passing through, or someone Rayna knew, someone lurking in the shadows of their close community? The rumor mill churned, fueled by fear and speculation. Stories spread like wildfire, each retelling adding another layer of intrigue, another seed of doubt. The tragedy had ripped open the town's facade, revealing the fragility of their peace and the unsettling truth that evil could lurk even in the most unexpected places. The spotlight of suspicion immediately fell upon Rayna's boyfriend, Jason, a brooding young man with a troubled past. Their relationship, passionate and volatile, became a focal point of the investigation. Had a lover's quarrel escalated into something far more sinister? Jason maintained his innocence, but his alibi was shaky at best, riddled with inconsistencies that only fueled the town's suspicions. He claimed to have been at home, alone, on the night of Rayna's disappearance, but no one could corroborate his story. The more he insisted on his innocence, the deeper he seemed to sink into the mire of suspicion. Witnesses came forward, whispering tales of Jason's jealous rages, his controlling behavior, and a darker side that Rayna had confided in her friends about. Rumors swirled of a heated argument between the couple just days before Rayna vanished, adding fuel to the fire of speculation. Jason, whether guilty or not, had become the prime suspect, his life irrevocably entangled with the tragedy. As the investigation dragged on, the rumor mill in LaPorte went into overdrive. Every corner held a whisper, every conversation a potential clue. Theories, ranging from plausible to outlandish, circulated with dizzying speed. The lack of concrete answers only served to fuel the flames of speculation. Some whispered about a shadowy figure seen near the pond on the night of Rayna's disappearance, a mysterious stranger who had vanished as quickly as he had appeared. Others clung to darker theories, muttering about satanic rituals and occult practices, their fears amplified by the gruesome nature of Rayna's death. The weight of suspicion fell heavily on those closest to Rayna. Friends were scrutinized, their every word and action analyzed for any hint of guilt or hidden knowledge. Family members were torn between grief and suspicion, their loyalty tested as the investigation dug deeper into their lives. The murder of Rayna Rison had shaken LaPorte to its core. The idyllic image of their small town, once a source of pride, had been shattered, replaced by a chilling reflection of their own vulnerability. Fear and suspicion became unwelcome residents, poisoning the very fabric of their community. Parents, once content to let their children roam freely, now kept them close, haunted by the knowledge that evil could lurk even in their own backyard. The carefree innocence of youth seemed to vanish overnight, replaced by a chilling awareness of the world's harsh realities. The investigation, once a beacon of hope, began to feel like a constant reminder of their collective trauma. Every dead end, every unanswered question, chipped away at the town's resilience. Yet, amidst the grief and fear, a glimmer of hope emerged. The Porte Police Department, faced with the biggest case in their town's history, worked tirelessly to piece together the puzzle of Rayna's murder. Leads were followed, evidence was scrutinized, and witnesses were interviewed, but the investigation seemed to hit one dead end after another. The car, pulled from the murky depths of the pond, yielded few clues. Forensic experts meticulously combed the vehicle for any trace of evidence, but the passage of time and the elements had taken their toll. Fingerprints were smudged, DNA degraded, leaving investigators with more questions than answers. The autopsy revealed that Rayna had drowned, but there were signs of a struggle, suggesting she had been forced into the water. The lack of a clear cause of death only deepened the mystery. Had she been subdued before being driven into the pond? Or had she fought desperately for her life, her cries for help silenced by the cold, dark water? Weeks turned into months, and the investigation into Rayna's murder seemed to be stuck in a quagmire of dead ends and false hope. Every promising lead evaporated upon closer inspection, leaving investigators grasping at straws. The killer, it seemed, had vanished without a trace. The investigation expanded beyond Porte, with the FBI called in to assist the local authorities. Profiles were built, potential suspects were interrogated, and polygraph tests were administered, but still, the case remained unsolved. Rayna's killer, shrouded in mystery, seemed to be always one step ahead. The town of Porte, once hopeful for a swift resolution, began to resign themselves to the possibility that Rayna's murder might never be solved. The lack of answers only amplified their grief and frustration, leaving a gaping wound in their community. Years later, the shadow of Rayna Rison's unsolved murder still hangs over Porte. The passage of time may have dulled the edges of their grief, but the memory of that fateful spring lingers, a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of unanswered questions. The case, though officially cold, remains open, a testament to the tireless efforts of law enforcement who refuse to give up hope. Advances in DNA technology offer a glimmer of hope. The possibility that one day justice will be served for Rayna and her family. The community, forever marked by the tragedy, has found ways to honor Rayna's memory. Scholarships have been established in her name, and her story serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder to cherish loved ones and to speak out against injustice. The unsolved murder of Rayna Rison shares chilling similarities with other high-profile cases, most notably the Delphi murders of 2017. In both cases, young girls were murdered in small, tight-knit communities, leaving residents grappling with fear, suspicion, and a profound sense of loss. Both cases highlight the vulnerability of small towns, places where the illusion of safety can sometimes mask a darker reality. The Delphi murders, like Rayna's case, serve as a stark reminder that evil can lurk even in the most unexpected corners of America, shattering the peace and innocence of communities that once felt immune to such horrors. The similarities between the cases extend beyond the demographics of the victims and the settings of the crimes. Both investigations have been plagued by dead ends, false leads, and a frustrating lack of concrete evidence. The perpetrators, like phantoms, have managed to evade capture, leaving a trail of heartbreak and unanswered questions in their wake. The unsolved murder of Rayna Rison continues to haunt the town of Porte, Indiana, a chilling reminder that some questions may never have answers. The passage of time may bring a sense of closure, but the scars of that spring in 1993 run deep, a testament to the enduring impact of violence and the fragility of life. Did Rayna know her killer? Was it a crime of passion, a random act of violence, or something more sinister? These questions continue to echo through the streets of Porte, a constant reminder of the mystery that still shrouds Rayna's untimely death. The lack of answers has left a void in the hearts of those who loved her most. Her family, forever changed by the tragedy, clings to the hope that one day justice will be served. The community, forever marked by the loss of one of their own, continues to search for meaning in the face of senseless violence.